Welcome back to yet again another stream, ladies and gentlemen. Quick crypto, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family. I apologize for the later stream. I was doing some final bits of research before going live just now. Ultimately, as always, we got a lot of news to talk about, and we're in a very, I guess, still a very unique position in the markets. You know, with crypto right now currently going through this correction phase, with it being Bitcoin still below 55k. Casper right now on the daily time frame is up 0.75%, valued at 14.86 cents, and it's still coincided with my belief of where we're going to see Casper and crypto go, which is going to be, for Casper in particular, we'll see Casper continue around this regional consolidation and see a more definitive move leading up towards the announcement of rate cuts by the Federal Reserve on the 17th and 18th of September, just 10 days time or so. And we got some important thing to talk about. Now, some of the stuff I'm going to show you in this video, in this stream, for, you know, just for safety of copyright and other stuff that some stuff I'm not allowed to show. I will be linking some of these stuff in my free to join Discord server, which is on screen right now. I'll be linking some of the information, some of the videos that I'm going to talk about in the stream. I'll be linking it in my free Discord server so you can actually get hold of it yourself and look at it for yourself, understand it for yourself. Because it's a sort of news and information that is very crucial to help in your investment strategies, but also helps you understand the direction of where the market and economy is heading. Seemingly, there's still going to be a crypto bull market. There's no doubt about it, and it probably will be the most volatile one yet. But there seems to be a lot of indicators suggesting that following the bull market, we may enter into some form of a recession. But as always, we'll get into a little bit more and discuss it in this stream. As always, if you enjoy the streams, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Josh G, the most soothing voice in the Casper community. I don't know about that, but I love you very much. Thank you very much for joining the stream, my man. Eddie, come on, let's go. Yes, my man, I'm here. I apologize for the late stream, as always. Let's go, MVE. Thank you very much, my man. KJI, pump it damn straight. Jason, what's up? Quick Crypto, what's up, my man? Hopefully doing well today on Sunday, the last day of the weekend before everyone gets back to their 9 to 5s. Obviously, I'm working every day, always bring content to you all. Same time, hopefully, every single day, although sometimes there are slight delays. But yes, to get into it, first off, last chance to buy cheap Casper. The title kind of speaks for itself. It's not saying that today is the last day to buy cheap Casper, more so that in the position we're in right now, Casper at the current value it's at, there may be lower lows incoming, and I do still believe there will be, but for the most part, Casper will in due time break out, and we will not be seeing Casper at prices below 15 cents, let alone 20 cents in the future to come. There will be a reversal imminent. Now, imminent could mean end of this month, it could mean October. We have to just wait and see where the market develops and what happens from here. But as it stands right now, a lot of developments are coming up for Casper, a lot of growth and adoption happening for Casper as well, which leaves me again optimistic about the future for Casper incoming. Yes, as Jason says here, let's get it, reversal imminent. There will be a reversal. I'm still speculative that's going to be one and in terms of in the next 1 or 2 weeks, I think we're still going to see some downward momentum in the crypto market. Potentially we'll see Casper come back down to 13, if not maybe 12 cents. The lower the better, in my opinion, because I'd love to scoop up some more cheap Casper. But for the most part, I still think we're going to see this sort of market trend leading towards the end of September to when we'll start seeing, when we go into October, historically being the most bullish month in crypto. A lot of sentiment, a lot of reversals, and a massive increase in price as all the wave 2 institutional adoption and whatnot, all of it starts pushing into the market as regulations get pushed out as well. But Ling, do you track the daily volume to see when exchanges stop buying? Could that drop the price before a Kraken listing on 30 million right now? Only 30 million right now. I do not track the daily volume to see when exchanges stop buying. Well, I say that with me doing streams every single day for you lot, for everyone here, all of us learning constantly, I do for the most part subconsciously look at the volume. I know that when Casper was peaking at 20.7 cents, that was around 400 million. So that was considerably higher. Actually, it might even be 4 billion. I think it was actually 4 billion. It was considerably higher back then. Obviously, right now it's considerably lower, but it's saying that it's still top 110 on CoinMarketCap, so it's still in that regard, one of the projects that still have one of the most volumes. I think anything, I mean, it's obviously out top 100, but for me, top 100 still means it's a project that has enough volume. There are a lot of projects out there that just don't have the volume at all. So Casper, despite in its current trend, the current pattern in the crypto market, it's still got the volume there. But to answer your question, I'm not sure if the change in volume is indicative of an exchange listing, buying up more. I think though, as Casper is, as crypto and Casper is correcting in price, it wouldn't surprise me if some exchanges, whether it be Kraken, Binance, Coinbase, whatever exchange it may be, I would not be surprised to see some of these exchanges. We see the volume for Casper go a little bit parabolic as some exchanges start scooping up cheap Casper. If Casper goes to 12 cents, it would not surprise me to see these exchanges start trying to fill their bags, because we know already, as confirmed from the Casper devs, the Casper teams, the ambassadors of Casper, which was confirmed in this Twitter roundtable. Around the 30-minute mark, Wolfie confirmed that they have been in contact with the top 6 exchanges, which I'm guessing, they didn't name names of course, but you can take a speculative guess of what the top 6 are. Kraken, Binance, Coinbase, OKX, those 4 have very close relations to Casper, with futures and spot already secured for Kraken, futures and mining pool for Binance. They help with the research. Coinbase helped Casper with the initial research. And OKX is a venture of the KEF, the Casper Ecosystem Foundation. Bybit already has Casper. You have the likes of Gate as well, already has Casper. So you could be thinking of likes of maybe Gemini, maybe Robinhood, other exchanges, but or maybe in crypto.com as well. But the top 6 exchanges, as in Wolfie's words, already have spoke to Casper and have expressed desire to want to list the project. But because Casper is a fair launch proof of work, no pre-allocation to developers, no pre-mining, there's no spare Casper tokens or money that people can give these exchanges to list Casper. They've got to accumulate themselves, which these exchanges aren't used to. That was also confirmed in a different roundtable. I think that might be confirmed in this roundtable where the KRI joined in around a little bit later on. I think in this roundtable it was confirmed from the likes of Christopher, I think it was, who confirmed that ultimately we're in a unique position because exchanges are used to being paid to list a project, but Casper's not paying them because it's not what they do. So yeah, actually no, I've got it. Yeah, I can see. I've got it in my notes right here. So if you want to see for yourself in this, at the 26-minute mark, effectively it was confirmed that the main reason why no tier ones like Coinbase in particular have listed Casper is because they're so used to being paid to list projects, but Casper is different. So that's why they haven't bothered, or seemingly haven't bothered buying liquidity for Casper. But that will change. They're going to realize their mistakes in due time. There's no doubt about it. Pack them bags still ready for 13 cents. Money set aside to double that bag. Damn straight. I think we'll see Lola's incoming, and that'll be an even better premium opportunity to fill up your Casper bags. But Flick, loves your VOD. Thank my man. It means a lot from you. Honestly, I thank everyone here for being here as always. You guys make these VODs, these streams really, really enjoyable. And as always, if you enjoy them, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. And we've got, again, more to talk about as always. What's your prediction for Casper December end of this year? It's a good question. I am putting my conservative prediction at around 50 cents. I'm still holding strong on the belief that there's a possibility we see a $1 Casper by the end of this year. I know with there only being, 3.5-4 months left of this month, that sounds quite, outlandish to believe, with our all-time high right now being at 20 cents. That's a 5x from its all-time high, a 6 to 7x from its current position right now. To a $1 seems quite far out. I can see that, but there are certain reasons for why I believe $1 is possible. One is due to the fact that Kraken will be launching a spot for Casper. Now, we don't know when, but a lot of signs suggest it will be this year. Binance haven't announced a spot listing for Casper, but with there being a zero fees mining pool, so they're building up the accumulation and liquidity of Casper already, and there also being a futures for Casper on Binance as well. There's speculation that Binance may also list Casper before the end of this year, which would be massive and help Casper reach that sort of price target. You've got what the KII are doing with Casper. They're having an enterprise event on the 24th of September, so that's about 2 to 3 weeks away now, where you've got the likes of Mark Sutton involved. They're going to be they've got so many industrial partnerships that want to attend, and they haven't got enough seating to let them all attend, but there's such high demand for Casper from the institutional partnerships. So that's also fills me with a lot of hope. You've got the KRC20 launch is going to be imminent. Sometime this month, it's been confirmed KRC20 will be launching. Meme tokens are coming on there. Stable coins are going to be coming on there. It's going to help with Casper's price as well. And then institutional adoption again with Wave 2 and what else is incoming. I think there's a lot of signs to suggest that. Again, keep in mind from what I've mentioned in previous streams that there's institutionally important people who have stated and believe still that the total market cap of crypto by the end of this year will be 5 trillion. So with that massive influx into, the crypto market through Bitcoin ETFs, through Ethereum ETFs, through other forms of ETFs that will be coming out from institutional money, institutional adoption, from retail, the ones who are only going to start getting into the space now as the bull market's starting, that's when we're going to start seeing a massive surge in projects, and Casper being at number 22 on CoinMarketCap with no tier ones. People who actually have done that basic amount of research will realize, okay, well, this is a project that if and when it's getting tier ones and everything else they're building will grow and explode in value. What's up, Sigel, my man? Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, I can't translate that, so I don't know what it is that you are saying, my man, but again, thank you very much for being here. It was 100 to 200 million daily back then. Yeah, again, back in the day, Casper's volume was parabolic. It was obviously right now 28 million is considerably down, but I'm not too worried about that, considering that again 110, and most projects right now, if not all projects, their volume is down due to the fact that there's the worrying looming of recession. So most investors are now taking their money out of crypto and just seeking safety in the dollar. And I'm going to go into a little bit of that in this stream, as always, trying to again keep you all informed about the current market sentiments, what's happening, and the current mindset that some people have of where this crypto market is going to be heading. But in due time, when the market liquidity comes back in, which there are signs that the liquidity is going to come back. With, for example, we got this post, this one here. The global money supply is reaching new all-time highs, time and time again. So there's more and more money than ever before injected into the market, into the economy. Point being, but that money right now, due to the actual market sentiments and the woes of rate cuts and everything else, this money is not being injected into crypto, into stocks, into anything else just yet. But there's more liquidity than ever in the economy that's going to be injected in due time through investment as the rate cuts are issued, and the markets have therefore had the time to adjust. And this again is just indicative of what's going to be happening, which is why also I believe that once more this bull market that's going to be happening will be one of the biggest we've seen in our lifetime. Fifi 1 million market cap. Hello, my man. I've been hearing a lot of people recently talking about Fifi Fefe. I've still, before anyone asks in this stream, I will still stand strong on the fact that there's very little central exchanges on it, centralized exchanges. I know people talking about, it's the guy who created Pepe and also Hoppy, I think it is. That is the one that's also created Fifi. So people are like, oh, this is going to do just as well. I'm currently don't have a desire to get involved in meme tokens yet. And Fifi, if I was to, Fifi would not be one of them right now. But in saying that, welcome to the stream, my man. And hopefully you enjoy, again, what's incoming and what we're going to talk about in this stream with Casper and with crypto in general. Based on projections so far and calculating the best case scenario for Casper by end of 2024 is 40 cents. Just having a hard time seeing more than maybe $1 this cycle right now. If you talk about this cycle as in general, by the end of 2025, then I think $1 is, I think it's like, again, I don't want to ever say the word guaranteed, but highly, highly likely. I think we see definitely over a $1 capital cycle. I still hold strong on my $2 bearish, $3 conservative, $5 average, $7 hopeful, and $10 Casper bullish predictions. Those are my zones, if you will. End of this year, 40 cents. I mean, that's again I think that's also very, very possible. I think 50 cents is equally quite possible. I think $1 is maybe not as possible. It's a higher price target, so of course it's not. But I think I don't see why it also couldn't happen due to what's incoming for Casper and crypto in general. You've got to keep in mind that we're in right now, the Do I have the post up? We've seen Bitcoin network hash rate is hitting new all-time highs. That in itself is very, very big. Bitcoin, of course, being the godfather of crypto. And not to mention as well that Casper in itself is hitting new all-time highs. Again, 1.11 EH. So again, we're seeing higher and highs hit constantly. Bitcoin is doing it as well. So the proof of work projects are dominating right now, despite that the miners are not making profit. So when the liquidity is pumped back into the market, these assets will explode. That's the kind of the historic common thing that happens with the fact that they're proof of work projects. The miners are not making profit. Either the projects are going to collapse, or they're going to have to start making profit. The only way they make profit is if they explode in value because they're making severely less than what they need to do right now. And do I have the post up here? I don't think I do, unfortunately, whilst I was looking through it. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, there's a lot incoming. I mean, what I think we will need, truth be told, for a $1 by the end of this year is probably the Binance listing. Without it, Casper may not reach that by the end of 2024. I think this cycle, most definitely, it will hit $1 and surpass that. But I think there's what we've seen. I'm going to see if I can find this in my retweeted post. I mean, we can see here, fear. This is one of the things I wanted to find. The fear and greed index right now in crypto. Bitcoin fear and greed index is now at extreme fear. This is the exact same level we were experiencing in the peak of the bear cycle when Bitcoin is at 16k. 16k Bitcoin, we're at the exact same fear and greed, extreme fear, exact same level that we were when Bitcoin was at 16k, and we're sitting at 55k, 54k Bitcoin. And there will be lows incoming. That extreme fear is going to grow, I'm sure. But if we're at this sort of level, when the price of Bitcoin is 3 times more, and again, we're still not that far off the all-time high, just envision when that greed, when it turns from fear to greed, when the liquidity is pumped back into the market, there's going to be a very volatile shift, I'm sure. I mean, again, if we're going to look at let's look at the cycle, the last cycle, shall we? The last cycle. You can see, so leading up to, we go 2020 then. We see 2020, right here, would have been, September time. So 4 years ago, we're around here right now in September. Then here comes October, and then October all the way to 2021. So that's around here. You can see we've seen a price rise of 150% in the span of Q4, and that's with no institutional adoption, mind you. We saw Bitcoin jump from roughly 11k to 28k in the last cycle. That's a considerable growth, and then of course it reached a total of 69k at the peak of the bull cycle. It reached that in April, and then 64k, 65k in April, and then 69 in the peak in November. So again, as much as it seems like there's not enough market sentiment, when there's not enough liquidity in the market's down, you've got to keep in mind the last quarter, the last 3 months is when we will see a massive flip the switch, if you will, a massive injection of money into the market. That's when we're going to start seeing explosive prices. And with exchanges coming for Casper, with KRC20 coming, with 10 BPS that will be, launching Q1 2025, so there'll be FOMO generated for that. With stablecoins launching KRC20, meme tokens coming KRC20, there's so much development incoming for Casper. And again, to reiterate, exchange listings being one of the bigger ones, with so much incoming for Casper, leading me to believe that a $1 is still very possible with institutional adoption as well. The KRI, of course, helping Casper in that regard as well. So, I mean, that's kind of where I stand. I'm not saying $1 is going to happen. I'm saying it's a possibility because it's the understanding I'm trying to help you realize that the last quarter, with institutional adoption now here, regulations now getting put into play for the first time ever, wave 2 institutional adoption coming into play as well, what's happening with Casper as well, and also entering the last quarter. Historically, the last quarter is the start of that bull cycle. There's a lot of liquidity about to be pumped into the market. Again, the total money supply is at all-time highs. So there's more money than ever that can be available to pump into the market once the economy has stabilized following the rate cuts, because unemployment is going parabolic, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in just a moment. What's up, my man? Welcome back to the stream. If we lose 13 cents, then it's over to 8%. I disagree. I mean, if that happens, I'm very bullish. I'm gonna say, I mean, if that happens, I'd be more than happy. I'd be, smiling, cheek to cheek, ear to ear. I'd be very, very happy if we see Casper drop down as far as 8 or if not 4 cents. But chances of that is, I fail to see a possibility of that happening unless crypto to completely collapse. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think worst case scenario, we see Casper come back down. Absolute worst case, we see Casper come back down here. Absolute worst case. But even then, I think that's excessive. I think most likely we'll see Casper come back down to one of these levels of support right here, around 12 or maybe even 11 cents. But I think 13 cents is something that we will hit, based on the fact that we're sitting at 14.8 right now. Rate cuts are happening or going to be announced in the next 9-10 days. I think that we will end up seeing a correction in the market following that, as history has shown us time and time again. But I don't think we're going to see Casper come back down as far as that. I think that's quite excessive, and I can't seem to get rid of this. There you go. But that's just my 2 cents. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, of course. So if that's your own personal belief, my man, then you're more entitled to your own belief. And hopefully you have research to back that up as well. Because when you're making claims, I mean, it's me, myself, again, I'm making the claims I make based on the research that I've done. I've got my zones of where I think we'll see levels of support where it'd be harder for Casper to break through. And my research from history and showing and rate cuts and whatnot has shown me that there will be a correction. But with what coming out for Casper this month as well, you've got to keep in mind that will also counteract the level of correction that will happen. Would love to have an honest discussion about current economic conditions for average retail and how Casper can reach them, because I don't see it. They don't market. Institutions are after bigger coins too. Institutions seemingly are after bigger coins, yes, but again, keep in mind the KRI are going to help with getting adoption to Casper. Casper is a very, very new project. Projects like Bitcoin, who's been around since the beginning, of course. XRP, Ripple, who have been around similarly as long as Bitcoin. Ethereum's come out as well. All these projects have been around for so much longer. They've had the institutional eyes. They've had the eyes from institutions on them for quite some time. They've had the adoption available. Casper only came out at the peak of the last bull cycle. It's not had that growth at a time to grow as a project. It's not got tier 1s yet. Again, to keep in mind, there's a lot still coming for Casper in terms of adoption and whatnot. And as Casper grows in adoption more and more, which is going to be helped with the likes of this sort of stuff here. We've got here, Shai puts a warm welcome to Luke, who's now the director of the ambassador program, which is very, very cool. He's been great for getting news out for the Casper community. Very, very hard working. I've seen a lot of his posts as well. And he's also put this post out recently that we had over 80 applicants in the last day, 24 hours for the Casper ambassador program, which is insane. In just 24 hours, it's very, very good. So even then, there's a massive desire to want to represent and help in the growth of interest and adoption for Casper, which is going to be very, very big for Casper future. And it's indicative of what's going to be happening with Casper in the future as the project goes more and more, as fair launch, proof of work, just purely community driven. I say that it's community driven right now, but with what's coming out, the developments coming out, once the developments are actually released and you have the actual utility that's there and available, that's when we're going to start seeing Casper do even more amazing things. And I want to also touch on this as well, this video here. We can see this video, which I'm going to be talking over it just because it's nothing really that major. Or it is, but it's not. This is just a clip of 3 wallets. You've got MetaMask, you've got the Caspian wallet, and you also got Phantom. This is just showcasing the 3 different wallets. And also you can just see from, as you're watching and hear me talk, the speed in which Caspian loads in comparison to MetaMask and Phantom, 2 much more popular wallets, which again to me just showcases that as Casper grows more and more, like this is meant to be utilized, these sort of things are meant to be utilized as a medium of exchange, Just like there's going to be a time where you're going to be able to just tap, like you do with your debit card on your iPhone or your Samsung, whatever you have. You just tap your card and, and you just boom, it's done. It's going to be the same thing with crypto in due time as well, but look how long it takes to you to load up a MetaMask or a Phantom as the alternative form of payment or whatever. It takes so long, but Caspian is instant. And again, Casper is in, so their wallet app even opens faster than what's already on the market. And again, Casper is really, really early in their development. Well, development in their adoption, the development is second to none, and it's been developing for years and years and years, but their adoption is still really early, and even then their development is still early. They still haven't got 10 BPS out yet, no Dagnut out yet, no smart contracts out yet, no EVM rollouts out yet. Like they've got so much incoming still, that again leads me to believe that what Casper's doing is truly extraordinary. Are you going to swing trade any Casper after the tier 1 pump before the market? I don't plan to swing trade Casper. There'll be projects I do swing trade, and I'm not saying swing trading is a bad thing to do. I understand that there is profit to be made, and you could swing trade Casper with exchange listing announcements. Me personally, I'm just filling up my bags when I deem the time is right on Casper, and I've got stop loss or stop profits. Without better terminology, I've got price targets I'm aiming for to where I will take some profits. So I'm going to be filling my bag in Casper all the way up throughout the bull cycle. Once it reaches $1, I'll take some out. Once it reaches $1.50, I might take some more out. 2, 3, 5, and so on and so forth. But there'll be certain regions, I'm not obviously disclosed them all, but I have certain regions where I will end up taking some profit, not a lot. It'll also just be money, to celebrate the success that I've had in getting to Casper really, really early. And maybe I'll use it to, help make these videos, these sort of content, a lot more enjoyable for you guys as well. You've got to give to get a little bit. So again, I will be taking profits, but I don't plan to swing trade in the sense of I'm not going to try and get in when, let's say Casper comes back down to, 12, 12.9, 13 cents. I'm not going to try and get in here. Casper's going to go to 30 cents. I'm going to try and take profit from that. Despite that would be, a 80% rise? Oh, I tell a lie. A lot more. I didn't do my maths correctly. Yeah, but 120% rise. I wouldn't. So I'd make it easily a 2x. I wouldn't, do that. That's not my current plan. I know swing trading is a bit short term as well, but I like 10% sort of rate gains, but I wouldn't try and do that. Not with Casper at least. There are other projects that are a lot more volatile. So that's normally the micro caps and meme tokens, or even just other projects in general. I'll be looking more towards swing trading when I start, delving into that a little bit more. Right now, through this bear cycle, I've just been investing because it's just, again, dare I say, a guarantee just so you can make profit if you invest in the right projects early on while they're undervalued. I do think we have to take a step back and realize and really analyze where the market stands as a whole and understand that people don't just have money to invest like they did before. That's also true. And I want to quickly touch on this again. I'm going to explain what's happened in this video. Obviously, the way the video explains it is a lot better. And this video here is an excellent video on yield curve and recessions. I've already listened. That's what I was listening to, again, whilst so late to the stream today. And I'm going to link this in my free Discord server. So again, for those who want to learn more about market sentiments, by all means, please go and check out my free Discord server, and you'll be able to see, updates and news about stuff with Casper, with just crypto in general, with other projects that we're trying to build up our horizons more and more and learn more about crypto in general. And the community as well were all, helpful, informative. You've got the likes of special shout outs to like Casper God, Mr. Miles, Cody, Leroy, Joe as well. All these people, they are very, very helpful in the community, in particular, who have been helping people who are new to crypto in their first cycle to learn more and more. So again, it's very helpful for everyone. We've learned a lot in the cycle already, and in this video that I'm going to put in my server, so if you want to find out and listen to it, which is definitely worth your while, I would recommend doing so. It showcases that historically, the longer the yield curve remains inverted, the worse the recession stock downdraw is when it uninverts. Ultimately, we're in a position right now where the unemployment rate is getting worse and worse. Job cuts at US companies jumped 193% in August to 75 or 76 almost thousand from 25 or 26,000 cuts announced in July, according to the Challenger report released on Thursday. This seemingly has been driven by technology firms, which announced 39,500 job cuts, the most in 20 months, accounting for 52% of all cuts, which is absolutely nuts. So technology firms are doing the most, which makes sense because, again, you've got the release of AI now. Technology firms are going to start delving more in AI technology, so they don't need, people anymore. That's the problem with AI. AI is coming out and becoming more and more prominent. It's going to make people who work in the tech company, unless you're the coder, maintaining the bots and the AI bots, you're going to end up losing your standing. Tech companies announced 5.5 times more job cuts than the previous months. Furthermore, the education sector announced 25.3 thousand job cuts in 2024 so far, up a whopping 222% compared to 2023. So this is proof the labour market is weakening, and that was also what was touched on in this yield curve video. Ultimately, it's a sign with what's happening, the unemployment as it's rising more and more. If you can see just a little snippet here in this image, as the unemployment starts to rise, and we see the markets in this kind of an inverted stage right now, the yield curve. What we are currently seeing, I'm going to see if I can find the word just so I can remember it, because he put it in the video here. So this is a whipsaw signal. This is what he talks about in the video about this little. You can see this little part where it just, this inverted part here goes slightly above and then comes back down, just below it. This is a whipsaw signal, and historically, showed us in this video again, historically, time and time again, that this signal has happened. This allowed the S&P 500 and therefore stock markets, and this is therefore coincides with crypto markets, to pump and continue pumping, and that lasts for about the whole cycle till 2025, sometimes 2026, but it lasts, a year or two, typically speaking. Following that, with the fact that unemployment rates at such a dire state, with the fact that we're seeing, massive worries of recession already, with how bad this data showcases it, the data shows how bad it is. What we'll likely see, according to these analytics, this sources of information, that following the bull market, then we're going to see a very harsh economic situation. Whether it be deemed as a recession is tough to say, because recession historically has been caused by the 2000 and the Great Depression back in the 1900s. That's what caused the recession. You had the 2008 financial crash that caused the recession more recently. There was a mini recession that occurred when COVID struck. But we haven't got a major catalyst like that to cause a recession this time round, at least seemingly. But that things may change. Hopefully it doesn't, because the last thing I want is a recession. But it just the details from the history, the historical statistics from the yield curve showcases that right now we're in one of the longest inversion trends, and we've seen in a very, very long time, which means that, and with the the whipsaw signal, we're going to probably see that help stem the S&P 500, the stock market, crypto market up for the rest of this bull cycle, followed by then potentially some catalyst that will cause a dire situation. And the fact of the matter is, I speculate that one of the things may be with the change of the financial system, the fact that we're seeing blockchain now being incorporated and the fall of the dollar. I speculate that may be a reason to cause a recession as fiat, dies, and people are being forced to switch to CBDCs. But again, we could talk about that more. I'll talk about more in detail, I guess, in my my free Discord server as well. But again, I'm going to put this in my server for everyone right now who's watching. You may just listen to it at the very end of it, and I'll also give a little TLDR about it following this stream as well. But it is a very, very informative video that I highly recommend everyone listen to. Also, for the sake of it, I'll link it in the chat for those who aren't joining the server and have the reason not to want to join. They can't join it. I'll link it in the chat as well. But it is a very informative video that it's worth taking your time to listen, re-listen, and understand. These sort of market trends, this stuff that can help you understand the direction of where the market's going to go. Again, it's not guaranteed, but it's a good indicator. When you want to understand crypto, financial market sentiment, you don't want to just find one thing and just latch off that. And that goes for even with crypto projects. You don't want to just find one great project and latch onto it. Despite Casper's amazing and I love Casper, I haven't just latched onto Casper. I've hedged my bets in other projects that seem to have the institutional adoption there right now with real world assets as well. You want to have a horizon, you want to understand other market sentiments. I understood that we're going to see a correction here, potentially, with the Fed not cutting rates what everyone else did. I thought, okay, that's not very good. Then we saw the Japanese yen rising against the dollar. Okay, that means we'll probably see a correction. Then Warren Buffett decided to sell half his stock in Apple. I was like, okay, there's enough signs. There's three major signs for me now to suggest that we're going to see a correction in the market, and that's what happened. I didn't just look at one factor. I compiled a number of them and then made an educated guess based on what I had learnt. And there's also signs to suggest that we may see, again, what I'm talking about, we may see lower lows incoming with the Nvidia CEO, Jensen Huang, who has sold more than $633 million in Nvidia stock since June. In 2 months, he sold over $500 million in stocks of Nvidia, and the shares are now down 25% during that time. Again, if the money is flowing away, again, follow the money. If this is what the money is telling you is happening right now, they're getting out of their markets, they're in stock markets, their crypto market, their investment markets, and they're going to seek, they're just keeping it as liquid, as in fiat. It's because they're preparing for corrections to then buy those dips and put it back in, most likely. Again, Warren Buffett, he sold 50% of stock in Apple. He also sold almost $1 billion in his Bank of America stock. So again, Warren Buffett being the most successful trader ever to exist, he's taking more liquid. He's taking more and more money out. So yeah, I definitely recommend everyone to watch this video. I think it's very, very informative and helps you understand more. And this is also something that I'm going to quickly touch on as well, that the crypto funds saw $600 million in outflows last week. This is the second largest on record ever, by the way. This is absolutely massive. This is only below the 2022 levels when cryptocurrency experienced a severe bear market. Look at that. Look at the chart right here. The only time it was worse in 2022. Otherwise, this week's the worst we have seen. Again, this is why there's such a growing worry of the crypto's not going to take off. Recession's here, yada yada yada. And I understand the worries, but there's also enough that you got to look at the good with the bad. The worries there is causing FUD. Again, why the extreme fear is at all-time highs. I understand that, and this is not going to help with that either. But when you look at the other indicators to showcase that, other market sentiments and other developments to showcase that institutions are buying up more and more. Again, remember, when this correction happened, BlackRock sold little to none of the ETFs. Some institutions did, Fidelity did, I think Bitwise did. Some of them did, but BlackRock being the largest one, the one that you should really be looking out for, seeing what they're doing, they sold little to none of their ETFs. You can see, yeah, it's just, I'm just trying to, I guess, get the point across that you gotta, again, please, you can't be emotional in this market. You can't be emotional. You have to be logical. You have to understand. You've got to do your research. Again, is what I'm trying to help teach people bit by bit. All of us together teach each other in this, in our crypto server, in our Discord server, my free Discord server. We're trying to teach each other that you've got to be able to detach your emotions when investing. Crypto's down right now. People are panicking. The FUD's going. I'm not worried. I've detached my emotions from investing. Crypto's down. My portfolio, the fact that I've taken some profit, I've taken some, some buys throughout the past, well, mainly at the beginning of August. I didn't buy much during this region. I bought here as well. Obviously, I bought at like 14.9. I have not made profit on that right now, but I'm not worried at all, because I do strongly believe the direction of where crypto is going to go because of all the other market sentiments that I've looked into. And I also share, again, with you guys pretty much every single stream, but also within the crypto community that I have started to create. And this stuff is also going to help with Casper's adoption and growth in due time as well. We've got here Shy, Understanding Ghost Dag by Shy, coming soon. So we already have multiple papers released and interviews and conferences where you've got the likes of Vitalik Buterin, Charles Hopkinson, you've got the likes of the BIS. They have a paper about banking, and there's just 3 examples, all of which they are quoting Jonathan Polinsky, Viv Zohar, who is his mentor. They're quoting the Ghost Dag protocol, they're quoting Phantom, they're quoting Spectre, they're quoting all the Casper development. And this is going to be another book, Shy's releasing a book, Ghost Dag book, another source of information where you can get to understand more about Casper, which again is going to help with the growth of Casper. This is also very, very cool. I'm not saying it's going to help, expose Casper's price. That's not the point of this, what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, again, the more that Casper can spread their knowledge of what they're trying to build, the more people understand what Casper's trying to achieve, the belief will grow, and then it will spread through the networks, like what we're doing right now, we're talking about right now. People who end up reading this book, they'll spread about they'll get a better understanding of what Ghost Deck actually is and what the Casper's trying to achieve, and that will help spread Casper through the network. And then you'll get more people like the KRI approaching Casper. If institutions can read the Ghost Deck book and understand fully what Casper's trying to achieve and how good the technology is and how superior it is to literally every other chain in this market, at least to my knowledge, because I don't know everything in this market, but to my knowledge, everything in this market, what BlockDAG is, you'll get more and more institutions, more and more, side hustles, side projects, like KRI, the KEF as well, who are trying to help in bringing the groundbreaking technology to the forefront of the energy sector, to the world more and more. I can't wait for KRC20 meme. Nacho and Casper are my two favorites. Yeah, I'm also, if I'm going to get into meme tokens, that might be the first one to look into, purely because meme tokens are very highly volatile assets. And in fact, to touch on that Fefe that I already covered very early on about not being much of a fan of, if we can look at Fefe just from its all time, you can see, and I'm just purely for proof, you can see, look at the very beginning when it was first launched, look at the volume compared to where it's at right now. Volume right now is at 67,000, it's nothing. When it was first launched, it was over 1 million 24-hour trading volume. And the point of that is just to showcase that meme tokens, when they first launch, more often than not, they are very, very volatile, which is great because that means it's going to bring a lot of initial adoption and growth to Casper, which is very, very cool. And I think that Casper's done this purposefully. They've done it so they can bring that initial growth to Casper, the initial adoption to Casper, to spread its name out there more and more. And then they're going to be launching their own stablecoins. A major liquidity provider is going to launch stablecoins, USDC, USDT, and many more on the KRC20, which is going to help keep Casper, keep people on the chain, effectively. On the block DAG, even, if you will. Right now, the ones that I like the most about are Nacho as well, Casper, that goes with Casper. I've also seen a lot about Goad, which I thought also seemed to be, very, very cool. There's also Casper Bot, I think it looks to be I saw a poll put out by the Casper Guru. I'm going to quickly get it up. Casper Guru, he's right at the top. Here's me, yeah, here. The Casper Guru, he put out a poll, just voting, I guess, against which is going to be the best KRC20 meme token. And we can see that this is the knockout tournament right now. We can see right now the community seems to believe that the top 4 are Goad, Nacho, Casper, and Casbot. We'll find out, who the champion is soon enough. But again, these are the sort of tokens that you can therefore speculate are going to be the most popular on the chain and may have the best initial growth. But again, to reiterate, meme tokens, as great as they may be for making quick gains, they are by far the most volatile and therefore most risky assets in this market, and they're purely community driven. Casper meme tokens are, in my opinion, going to do quite well. How long they will last, again, is up for debate. Meme tokens can pretty much more often than not just pump and dumps. I'm not saying these are going to pump and dumps, but I'm saying they're very, very risky. So you've got to make sure you're, very, very careful if you decide to invest into them. I will, because they are Casper meme tokens, and it's coming on the KRC20, which again has so much FOMO for me around it that I want to get into it. And I'm sure there'll be, but again, these sort of tokens are, if I get into it, I don't plan necessarily to hold these long term. Meme tokens for me are not an investment. They are ways to flip profit and put it into something that actually has utility, like the actual project for Casper. Or other utility like other gaming projects, other AI projects. Again, AI is growing more and more. Or even real world utility tokens like XRP, XDC, HBAR, and so on and so forth. So to answer your question, what my two favorite KRC20 meme tokens right now, I'd probably say is Goad and Nacho. But Casper also is ones that I like as well, and Casbot. And yeah, my man, welcome back to the stream. Just bought 7.18 Casper. Well done, my man. As always, buying more Casper. You're a legend. You're definitely going to be a millionaire. From what I see, you keep buying Casper, I feel like you are going to end up being a millionaire. Also, please keep in mind, global money supply does not equal an equal distribution. That supply is going to the top and institutions that also are not pushing heavy into Casper yet. And I don't know if they will. Yeah, no, you're completely right, Joshua. You're completely right that the global money supply is mainly controlled by the institutions. It's not the money that everyone has. The money that I have is nowhere near what BlackRock has. But they all combine to be that global distribution. So yeah, we're definitely not the same in that regard. But we can, and I'm not saying it's going to pump into Casper necessarily, but you've got to keep in mind, right? Institutions now, for the first time ever, are officially getting into crypto. That's a fact. That's happening. Wave 2 is also coming involved, right? All money, and this has been confirmed from institutions again. I'm going to quickly showcase a video that I spoke about in my most recent. I spoke about it again. I made a video on this, I think, yesterday. Yeah, I made a video on this yesterday about Floodgate about to open. I basically went through, some major catalysts coming for Casper this month, despite the fact there's going to be corrections still. But I also covered once more about this Ernst & Young global blockchain leader video. This one here. This video from the global blockchain leader at Ernst & Young, one of the big 4 accounting firms, Paul Brody, who confirms that there will be trillions coming on chain. Now, he states that not all the money is going to go into crypto, but a sizable majority of the global money in different financial sectors, from retail from what we can see, from retail to to stocks, to buy like all these like real estate, gold, all stuff is going to end up like going into blockchain, into crypto. Bank deposits as well. That all stuff's going to start going into crypto. So with the global money supply being higher and higher, and institutional investment getting involved, this is going to start pushing into just, even if it's just Bitcoin in itself, it's going to pump the price of Bitcoin much higher. And what happens with that every single time is when Bitcoin's price pumps, the money from Bitcoin will trickle into the blue chips, into the altcoins like Ethereum, like XRP, like Casper, therefore, and even in the smaller ones as well. So the KRI, in my opinion, are going to help in getting institutions involved, because the KRI, their partnerships can include the likes of Shell, which is a major company, DHL, Hyundai, and many, many more. So, they will be the part of the big companies that will end up helping in the global money supply, but they're not going to be BlackRock, of course, but they'll be big companies. But they're going to help getting, some institutional money involved into Casper, I am sure. But either way, if it doesn't go into Casper, it'll go into Bitcoin, in bigger crypto projects that have that adoption right now, and that money mainly from the retail side of things, but the money in general will start, circulating and trickling down into Casper. Especially as well, because again, KRI, to just touch on one more, confirmed in this roundtable, Rory O'Neill confirmed the KRI are going to help making sure that Casper are compliant with regulations from day one. Their stablecoins as well, the Casper project as well. They're currently forming a regulatory roundtable group with experts from Europe, United States and MENA region to make sure they're compliant with regulations. And what we've heard time and time again from institutions, JP Morgan, the US government, from Ripple and so on, so many more massive, the European Central Bank, from Fitzgerald, like all these major institutions, major companies have confirmed that with regulations, they will get more involved with crypto, more involved with Bitcoin, but they'll go all in once regulations are laid out. If Casper are regulatory compliant with the KRI, are going to help them with doing so, making sure they are compliant, in due time we'll start seeing more of the institutional money flood into crypto. At least that's my personal belief. Once Casper grows in adoption more and more, this is when the project will start to thrive more and more, and the price will then start gaining more traction. My instincts keep telling me that Casper will hit a $250 billion market cap by end of 2025. Right now being at $4 billion, that would be, or it's just short of $4 billion, that would be absolutely nuts. I'm not saying that's not possible. Right now that's current, just short of Ethereum's market cap. I'm not saying that Casper's not going to take that price therefore, but that is quite a sizable market cap. I would love for Casper to hit that. I think Casper. I think Casper will hit 100. Because if we go to this website, my strong belief still to this day, because I don't see why not. Personally, I don't see why not, considering when we're comparing technologies. I don't see why Casper couldn't flip the likes of Cardano, ADA. I don't see why they couldn't do this. If you look at Casper from its all-time high, it had just, and this is again with no institutional adoption here, which is important, again, very, very important to note, but just short of $100 billion market cap, Casper would have to hit, $4 therefore to hit that. And I don't see why Casper could not hit and surpass ADA's previous all-time high. So I think 100 billion is that's where I'm hoping as a bare minimum for Casper. 250 would be absolutely nuts, and I would be very happy for that. But we have to see how much money floods into crypto, because let's just say again that predictions that people have put out there come to fruition. So end of 2025, we have a $10 trillion market cap. End 2025. That therefore means you're expecting to see 40%. 40%. Am I doing that right? No, 40% is not correct. For 20, I'm doing my maths terribly right now. 2.5%. Wait. Whoa. Sorry, my math has gone terrible. 40. Okay, someone's gonna have to help me out there, because I've really messed up with I'm completely. If there's $10 trillion market cap and you're thinking it's 250 billion, you're expecting a 40x. So yeah, so 2.5. Yeah, I'm correct. Gosh, I am so sorry, boys and girls. I'm so sorry for my complete brain lapse. 2.5%. Yes. You're expecting Casper therefore to take up 2.5% of the total market cap of crypto, which is, again, would be insane. But that is quite a sizable portion of the market cap to be taken up by itself. That's if it hits 10 trillion. If it doesn't hit 10 trillion and it hits, let's just say, 8 trillion, then that's a whole different form of maths that I'm not going to do right now, because I'm evidently not doing maths quite well right now. But yeah, I think if this were to hit 10 trillion total market by end 2025, then maybe we see 250 billion. If not, then maybe not. I think 100 billion is a lot more likely. I mean, obviously because it's lower, but I think it's a lot more likely because that just means it has to surpass Cardano, ADA, and I think that's going to happen. Hey, I opened a 5x yesterday at 14.6 cents. Well, hopefully dodged, you end up coming off good off that long, that 5x long. I will state that I do believe there's a chance we see a further correction to the market. Obviously, you're 4.6 cents, so you're still up right now, but I do believe there's a chance that leading up to the rate cuts, we could see Casper correct down to one of these regions here, if not maybe lower, depending on the severity of the announcements made. But they're saying that I would really hope that you end up. I mean, I'm not. Again, this is just my own personal belief. I'm not a financial advisor. Again, it's from what I've done from my research, I believe is where we're going to see the market head in the next week or two. But I could be wrong, and for your sake, I also hope that I'm wrong. Because I think it's not a bad shout, because definitely the market is in a very dire state. But again, we can see right now Bitcoin seems to be making that move again towards 50k, and Bitcoin may continue to go low, which means Casper will go low as well. So as long as you have a stop loss, just to again just cover your behind in case something does go wrong, then yeah, that's kind of the only thing I could hopefully suggest, because I do personally believe, again, because not financial, but I do personally believe we'll see some more lows incoming for crypto and Casper in the next 2 weeks or so. Bingo Bango, my man, welcome to the stream. Hello, I'm late to the stream. What did I miss? Well, don't worry, because the stream also started late. It was 10 minutes late today. I apologize for that. I was doing a bit of research into this very, very, very informative video, kind of describing, historic trends with the yield curves and what we could expect to see in this cycle, therefore, with the crypto stock and the stock market, but the S&P 500, the stock market, but also then the crypto market, because they kind of go hand in hand, and will then follow likely afterwards as well. But yeah, as always, welcome back to the stream, my man, and thank you for joining. When can we buy Casper tokens, and how can we buy them? I will get an announcement about that very, very shortly. I think right now they're doing the integration into wallets for you to be able to buy them. We'll find out more information in due time, I'm sure. Right now, I can't say for sure how we can do them. That's the most I can give you right now, unfortunately. I play with memes for my trading fix. Roll profits into Casper and losses get locked deep down inside. Yeah, that sounds about right, to be honest. Just whatever profits you can make, you put into proper real utility projects like Casper, like, whether it be, again, HBAR, whatever it may be, stuff that have actual utility. And as you lose profits, then you just swallow that pill and move on, man. You can't be emotional, because if you be emotional, it's going to make trading so much harder. You've got to just look at it like a machine. Hi, my man. Welcome back to the stream. How are you? I'm good, my man. Thank you very much. Hello, my man. Samjay, welcome to the stream. Are you called crypto because you talk at lightning speeds? Good question, actually. Yes and no. Originally, when I started this channel, I called it Quick Crypto because my plan was to make short content, as in 4-minute content, very, very short videos. But when I started doing that, I realized that there's actually so much to talk about, and it's really, really hard to fit all of that into a very short 4-minute video. Yes, you get all the really crucial bits of information, but you lose a bit of personality in that way for one, and then also I just feel like you lose some very crucial bits of information, especially now that my knowledge in crypto has developed since I started the channel as well. And I start talking about other things in my videos, despite just Casper, it's also market sentiment that are important to note. So it originally just started from the fact that I was making videos that were very short, and therefore it's Quick Crypto bringing you quick Casper news. Now it's Quick Crypto because, I'm not changing the name, I like the name. I think Quick Crypto's got a nice ring to it, but also because, yes, I speak quickly, so I guess I can just latch onto that as well. And I think that the logo of having a jaguar or a cheetah also coincides nicely with the name. Now, I have been already asked if I can develop that and maybe put a monocle and top hat with it, which I'm sure just make full Peaky Blinders-esque, full British-esque like myself. So I might start looking into doing that, maybe a small rebrand like that, because I think it'd be quite funny. But we'll have to wait and see. But that's to answer your question. S. Casperman, welcome to the stream. Dabs all around. LB Crypto question. Can Casper also be used for bank transfers like XRP? If so, why not use Casper because it's cheaper, faster, and decentralized? Okay, good question. As it stands right now, there seems to be a possibility that Casper can be used for bank transfers like XRP, but Ripple and XRP have been working alongside institutions, central banks, the global monetary leaders, governments as well, for years. And I'm talking like 11 years. They're attending policy meetings, there are numerous documents, papers, with their technology, the RippleNet system, the XRP token quoted. Point being is Ripple's been around for a while, helping these institutions, these governments, these central banks find a solution to the financial situation that we are currently in. Therefore, they have put themselves in a very unique position to be used. XRP also, from its creation, was always intended for institutional adoption. Casper is meant for everyone. Casper is meant for everyone, where XRP is meant for only institutions. Now, XRP obviously is available for retail right now, and I'm sure it will be for, the foreseeable future to an extent, but institutions in due time will scoop up more and more XRP, I'm sure. But XRP is meant for institutions, institutional use. Casper is meant for everyone as a medium of exchange, just to use on your day-to-day basis. So, in that regard, Casper could probably be used with its incredible technology, with it being, again, like you said, cheap, fast, and decentralized, which is very, very good. But not all institutions want the decentralized aspect. I think XRP, with the RippleNet XRP ledger system, is already cheap and fast. And it already can be used quite well with banking. From what research that I've conducted, I see it already can be used. And evidently, banks have a very high demand for XRP right now. They very much want to utilize Ripple and XRP. There's enough evidence out there to suggest that. I know it's hard to believe that with there's been so many XRP maxis who just flog this rubbish all the time. I find it hard to listen to sometimes, but I also do my research by looking through actual documentations from the BIS, from the World Economic Forum, from JP Morgan themselves, that all talk about Ripple and XRP. So for me, I'm like, okay, so XRP is going to be something that banks want to use right now, seemingly. And Casper, also keep in mind, it's still, much of the technology is old, it's still very, very early into its development cycle. It's not had the adoption or growth yet for institutions to be utilizing, but it's going to in due time. And remember, as announced in this roundtable, Rory O'Neill announced that the KRI are going to be working on very interesting projects which they can't disclose yet due to NDAs, but projects that will allow Casper to rival what Ripple and XRP and Hedera HBAR are doing in the finance sector. So right now, Casper is not used, but that's not to say it won't be used in the future. If the KRI can pull through what they're trying to build with Casper, which right now they're seemingly, they're talking a lot about it, so I'm hoping they can pull through with it. If they can, then hopefully Casper can be used, and we'll see Casper, I guess, become a more dominant project in this space, as it just, the KRC20 in itself will help steal a lot of liquidity from major blockchains, from Ethereum itself to Solana to Tron to Cardano, all these other AVAX, all these other projects as well, with smart contracts that let Casper flip the likes of Ethereum as well. Rory O'Neill in this roundtable again told a major financial institution that manages between $20 to $40 trillion a year that if they, and this institution currently manages 95% of settlements, so of their 20 to 40 trillion of customer assets a year, 95% right now of what they're trying to do is all done on the Ethereum chain. Roy O'Neill told them if you were to use Casper on just the gas fees, and that's not actual exchange fees, everything else that you could do with Casper, just the gas fees, you'd save tens of millions of dollars a year. So there is evidently an incentive, a belief that Casper will grow in adoption and then start dominating more and more sectors. Definitely the energy sector. KRI are very hell-bent on getting Casper involved in the energy sector. That's why a lot of their clients, with the DRI Desert Energy, Casper's going to be very, very big. That's going to help in Casper's adoption as well. But Casper in due time, I'm sure is going to help in, taking over financial assets as well, financial sectors, once the development and adoption grows more and more. Right now, the adoption is just not there. We're too early, which is, again, why I'm so happy to be at Casper. We are too early. Think about saying it, just rattle that in your brain. The reason why Casper is not being adopted by these institutions and stuff and being used for bank transfer just yet is because we are too early. Now, again, this may not happen. We have to wait and see. There may be a reason for that banks want to use XRP and Ripple, because think about it. If they were to use something that's decentralized, if they were to use something that's decentralized and, an error goes on in the system and whatnot and they can't get it fixed, who are they going to contact? Like, if something happens with XRP and the system, they can contact the Ripple company, and they can get it fixed. Whereas if you do it with Casper, I mean, obviously you've got the developers and whatnot, you'll have a team. I'm sure they might set up a team for it, but right now, as it's a centralized system, a centralized project, if something goes wrong, who are you going to contact to fix it? So there may be an incentive for institutions to stick with assets like Hedera, HBAR, XRP, XLM, and those ones, because they have a institutional backing and a financial institution around them as well. But again, the KRI seem to believe that they can help Casper rival what they are doing and dominate the sectors, and that would be great. Meaning they're there, and if this comes to fruition, then therefore that means once again we are too early in Casper. Casper at 14.72 cents, 0.24% down on daily time frame. Casper is a project that, just following along with the power law, should it do so, come in the next 10, 20 years, it'll be at least worth $1,000, I believe, from what I've seen. And what's coming with Casper as well, with regulations coming into play as well, the KRI, KRC20, with exchange listings that's still not here yet. There's a lot of incentive, a lot of major catalysts still for Casper to come. 10 BPS, 100 BPS smart contracts. I could go on. There's a lot for Casper, which again is why you're seeing Casper at these prices and you're getting bearish. I understand your worries. I do, truly. But I also believe that it's worth at that point then looking at the bigger picture. If you look at Casper and just think, oh damn, since its all-time high of 20.7 cents, it's corrected down by 30%, give or take, and it seems to be more lows incoming as crypto's going down, crypto's going to die, yada yada yada. Take a look out and look what's coming, and that therefore I think is enough to re-incentivize and reignite your belief that actually we're just still early into Casper. We're just still early. That's all it is. Casper had an amazing run from 5 cents to 15 cents when the Binance futures was announced. Everyone believed there's going to be a Binance actual listing, and since then Casper's just been in this region between 9 down here, but 9 to 20 cents. It's kind of 10 cents region, between 10 and 20 cents for the past almost year now. But I think again, coming to Q4, when the institutional money and the liquidity starts flowing into it, the rate cuts are dealt with. Once the rate cut dealt with, and there's no more again, look, in the last 10 days, the top 10 largest stocks in the world are now worth a combined $18.18 trillion, down from $19.3 trillion, so over $1 trillion lost in a week. Right now, it's just not enough liquidity in the market. Everyone's taking it out because rates are coming in, and therefore stock market's going to end up feeling the burn from it. But again, I feel like following that, there's a lot of information and sources suggesting that following that, we will see a reversal, and then that regulations that get put in play, which are going to be likely enforced. You've got MiCA already in Europe that will be fully implemented by the end of the year. Russia are putting in some form of regulations and stuff, and allowing crypto mining by November. You got JP Morgan and Ripple who believe that a stablecoin bill will happen before the election in November. So October will start being October will start seeing a turn, in my opinion, following to November when the elections come through. Depending on who wins could also affect the standing of crypto as well. But again, November will start leading into a much more bullish cycle following that as well. A much more bullish cycle. So again, the Q4 of this year is going to be one that we'll be seeing Casper right now. Probably come down to, let's just say 12, 13 cents. Going towards October, we'll see Casper start retesting the all-time high again at 20. And then when we get to the end of October, maybe leading in, again, depending on what announcements come out, how good the KRC20 is, stable coins, maybe some Kraken listing and other tier 1 exchange listings and whatnot, we'll then see Casper then making this once Casper breaks out of the 20.7 cents, that is going to be a volatile explosion. The hash rate is going higher and higher. The adoption and security of Casper is growing more and more. On technology-wise, Casper at a boiling point. When Casper surpasses 20.7 cents and properly breaks out of it, I think we're going to see a massive explosion in price. That's my current standing on it right now. But with that said, that will be me wrapping up the stream again for today. I apologize for the later stream today. I was again just doing a little bit of research, trying to help make this stream as informative as I can for all of you. If you want to learn more about crypto, market sentiments, and Casper as always, then please feel free to join my free Discord server. Again, the link is on screen right now on my homepage. It's also going to be in the description and also in the chat as we speak. And equally, if you love these streams that I've been doing daily, every single day, normally same time at 4 p.m. BST, 12 p.m. EST, and 9 a.m. PT, and 11:30 in Australia for some people, then again, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. And I should be back once again, same time tomorrow. But thank you all for watching.